said you can't. Just know I'm doing something you ain't. Simple and plain.
This is 2K Sports, broadcasting from Houston, Texas.
All right, ready to go?
As the Rockets take it to the hardwood. For the Miami Heat, they come into tonight's game after the loss to the Grizzlies in Memphis at the FedEx Forum.
Yeah. Oh.
Wow, we're going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Kevin. That was special.
My goodness, that was almost a circus-like dunk.
Whiteside kicks to Dragic. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Well, looking back on last season, you didn't know where the Rockets would end up in terms of seeding in the playoffs. Ended up with the 2 seed because they won the Southwest Division. And as it turned out, everything worked out very well for them.
It really did, and had a divisional matchup in that first round against the Mavs. But the Rockets took care of business in that series and would advance.
No way to mess that one up, Kevin. I mean, he powered it down with both hands.
Not this guy. He is a superb finisher.
And when he gets near the hoop, guys, he is a tour de force. Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
It's stolen by Dang. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Wade with the ball. And the dunk by Bosch.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Ariza with it. Now guarded by Dragic. Ariza kicks to Harden. Good.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Dragic the pass to Bosch. Whiteside, high post. Here's Dragic. And it's sent back by Howard. And it's the Rockets on the break. Here's Harden. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
Fast break opportunities do not get any easier than that one off the steal.
Exactly. The defense really no chance to get back.
They double him with Dang. McDaniels gets to Ariza. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Greg, after a run of 10 playoff trips in 11 years, the Miami Heat missing the postseason last year, they'd end up a game back of the 8th spot.
Yeah, and what's hard for the Heat, Kevin, is that they were in the playoff picture for most of the year. And as the season wore on, they slowly fell out.
Anderson, he's checked in for Miami. Double team on Bosch. Just 5 to shoot. Dang attacking. That's tipped. And it's out of bounds to the Heat as Miami retains possession. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. With the pause in the action, let's bring you the list of teams that have been lighting it up over the last 10 games. The Rockets 4th.
Yeah, what an impressive run for this club. Everybody seems to be in a rhythm in terms of scoring, and they are putting up some big numbers.
You know, guys, for the greater part of last season, it appeared as though the Heat were playoff bound. Even with the players they lost, most figured they would be playing postseason basketball.
At the line for your Rockets,
And one reason why the Heat did come up short in their playoff aspirations, they were very poor against other teams in the playoffs. So only went 15-31 against teams that had made it into the postseason last year.
Bosh. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
Corey Brewer's checked in for the Rockets. Terry comes in for McDaniels. Uncovered. Miami no good on that time either.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag it. Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blows. And with the Rockets, it's no secret that they take a very analytical approach to team building. Greg, you and I talked about that. And Clark, you know, you wonder if that hurts them in free agency.
Well, you know, when your front office makes no qualms about viewing players as simply just assets, it can be a hard sell to a free agent.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. James Harden, he's checked in for Brewer. And it's McDaniel or Jason Terry. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Rockets.
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. And Miami also making a switch. Udrich is checked back in. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And a look now statistically over the last month for the Rockets. First in steals, second in three-point field goal percentage. And they also show up as a team in the top 5 in scoring. Boy, this team is balanced and versatile offensively.
And you mentioned their steals. I mean, it's great defensive anticipation that has them at the top of the rankings. They've been tremendous at reading the offense and getting into those passing lanes.
Wade kicks to Anderson. Right wing. Outside, Green. Dishes it to Bosh. Back to Green. Heat moving the ball around. Baseline jumper. And it's Bosh, that time on the assist from Green. 12 points for Chris Bosh.
Yeah, that's asking a lot from that defender.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, he just doesn't have the size to really be effective in that kind of matchup.
Here's Thornton. Brewer pushes to Beverly. Capella, the pass to Thornton. He kicks to Capella. Another miss by Houston.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway. As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Here's Jones. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Big time finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim, too, just for good measure.
Yeah, but guys, nothing wrong with a little bit of showboating every now and then.
Back to Bosh. All alone. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. It's the Heat. They're up by 1. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
All right, Houston, coming onto the court are your own Rockets powered.
And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Miami.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
On the court for Miami here in the second. They've got Richardson. Stoudemire out there with Winslow. Then it's Green, and it's Udrich in at the 1. Well, you look back at the 2015 Heat, and the injuries are what probably brought that team down. We can go from Chris Bosh with the debilitating blood clot on his lung and on and on and on. The loss, of course, which was not an injury, of LeBron James. There are a lot of moving parts with that team.
And that's a great point, Kevin. If you take any star off a team, things are going to get difficult. It was impressive that the Heat still managed to stay competitive once Bosh went out.
Rockets trail. Terry outside. Ariza kicks to Moniunas. There's the dish to Harden. Rocket 6. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
This has been a thriller. You cannot say enough about the way these two teams have competed.
All indications, Greg, are that this game is going down to the wire. I mean, I'd be surprised, actually shocked, if it ended any other way. Boy, oh boy, to be young again. My, oh my. Got me thinking back to my days.
Oh, yeah, right. It does make you nostalgic, doesn't it?
Well, speak for yourself, because I could never throw it down like that, but I will say it sure looks fun, doesn't it?
A nice shot by Winslow. And the Heat lead by 2.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting.
Here's Harden. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Harden's got 8 points.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Rockets have gone a sensational 5 of 5 from the field since the start of the second quarter. That is good. He's got 10.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It goes on Justice Winslow. Well, looking back on last season, you could see the Rockets were tough at home. They just were relentless at going at teams.
Yeah, how about a 30-11 record last year? And a lot of close ones for them, but that home crowd at times could just really will them to victory.
As it did help in the series against the Clippers last year in the playoffs. And he gets it to go. 16 points for Chris Bosh. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
No kidding. I mean, neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time, guys.
So close.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
Bosh double teamed. Near the three-point line, it's Wade. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And, you know, for Houston's wins at home, a lot of it had to do with their three-point shooting. I mean, they shot an average of 35% from behind the arc at home, but kept their opponents to under 30% on the year in Houston.
Here's Howard. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That's on Dwayne Wade.
At the line for 2.
And, guys, this is what makes Houston so good and why they've been so good for so long. In the last 31 seasons, they've only had 2 losing seasons. Only team in the league to do that.
The Miami Heat came up short last season in hopes of getting back to the playoffs. Clark, their road record didn't help them much.
Yeah, 17-24. I don't think you can be that far under 500 on the road and hope to play in the postseason.
Dragic dishes to Bosh. Shoots over Moniunas. And Bosh gets it to go on the assist by Dragic.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop. And how about for the Heat having the best road record of any team that didn't make the postseason in the East? But as you said, struggling on the road will sink a team battling for a playoff spot. They have a 2-for-1 situation if they go quick.
Yeah, I don't think they have to rush, though, Greg. Just need to find a good shot this time. Crisp pass into the paint.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Dang passes to Whiteside. Near the three-point line, it's Dragic. That's short off the rim. It's tipped. It's stolen by Dang. Here's Whiteside. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Heat lead by 3. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports.
All right, Houston, coming on the court are your own.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. You look at Chris Bosh in this game, I mean, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, created a lot of quality shots for himself in that first half, and he knew when to pass it up when the double team came.
And that led to a very high points per shot number for him. For those of you that are into analytics, that stat really tells how efficient a player has been, and he's been very efficient so far.
And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight. You look at Chris Bosh in this game, I mean, he's been everywhere.
He was just like a jitterbug out there. I mean, disrupting passes, getting his hands on a lot of balls, forcing turnovers and steals. Just a solid job all the way around.
Like to watch him play like that. Makes the game so much more interesting.
Yeah, it looked a little bit like Greg Anthony in the day. A jitterbug or maybe a net with the kind of nuisance he's been as far as defending. Excellent work at that end of the floor for him.
And Kevin Clark. The only guy I know that can call you a gnat and mean it as a compliment.
And make you feel good about it. Yeah,
I appreciate that, Clark.
It's good, Clark. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Mota Eunice and Howard the post pair. And it's McDaniels at the point guard position. That's the 5 for Houston right now.
Boy, last year the Rockets dealt with a lot of injuries. I mean, the front court and post players were hit the hardest. I think almost every Rocket big would end up missing some time.
And a few more points tacked on to their lead in the cruelest way possible.
You're right. Yeah, those putback jams sting, don't they? My goodness.
Yeah, they really hurt you. I mean, the defense forces a miss and then can't rebound it and finish off the defense. They're hanging their heads in their chest now.
And last season, GA, as you were talking about, the injuries for the Rockets did pile up. Dwight Howard was out. Terrence Jones was out. They missed those guys for multiple games.
Yeah, and that hurt them inside. But also, remember, Beverly goes down right before the playoffs. So, in all, the Rockets had 180 missed games on their roster due to injury. Amazing they stayed so resilient and were able to capture that 2 seed.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. And Beverly kicks to Thornton. Trying to find Jones. He gets it to him. Thornton dishes to Jones. Here's Capella. Nice D from Dang.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Outside Bosh. Back to Wade. Good, and it's Bosh picking up the assist.
Assisted by.
And now a 12-point Miami lead.
Well, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
Using his post move to get the 2 points. Bosh has got 24 points.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Inside, and Whiteside sends it back. One-on-one fast break. Bosch inside, defended by Beverly. Misses the baby hook. Rockets trail by 14. And Thornton kicks to Brewer. And stolen by Whiteside.
Rockets foul.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play. It's on Chris Bosch. The Rockets have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far.
Well, look, league business clearly doing well. Franchises, values are skyrocketing, and a new TV deal kicking in next season as well. It represents the largest expansion of league revenues in history.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Capella's checked in. Terrence Jones comes in for Monty Eunice. Corey Brewer's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Terry in for McDaniels. And Miami also making a switch. Chris Anderson is checked in for Whiteside.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense. Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Now a timeout called by Miami. Last time they met was in Miami.
And whether by design or by accident, they drew so many fouls in that game. Foul trouble for the other side became a huge issue.
And as a result, there was a blowout win. I mean, credit them for initiating contact and forcing the officials to make the calls.
Well, I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous.
Dwight Howard's checked in for Capella. Then for the Heat, Whiteside's checked in for Anderson. Winslow comes in for Chris Bosch. And it's Green in for Luol Deng.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Houston making some changes. Ariza comes in for Corey Brewer. And it's KJ McDaniels in for Jason Terry. Chris Bosch is checked in for Miami. From the baseline, here's Whiteside. No good. Good D by Ariza.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Wade with the ball. And boy, that looks like goaltending. Yes, it is, and so they will award the basket there.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And guys, right now, they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life.
The Heat making a switch here. Winslow's checked in. Ariza passes to McDaniels. Tipped away. Here's Winslow. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Did not need two hands for that slam.
He can save the other hand.
Sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult while they're trailing.
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
I tell you what, guys, I don't care what the score is. That's the play we're going to remember when this game is over.
And the Heat call time here. Near the three-point line, it's Dragic. He knocks it down right at the basket. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Miami ahead. Leading by 17. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. On the floor for Miami, starting the fourth. The big men are Bosch and Whiteside. T-Wade out there with Gerald Green. And it's Winslow in at the three. Bosch a screen on Terry.
Blocking foul called on Clint Capella. That's his second personal foul. First team foul.
Wade with it. Bosch a screen on Terry. Wade dishes to Bosch. It's rebounded by Houston. Clark, they're looking now at a sizable deficit.
Yeah, you know, they've got a lot of work ahead of them, but no reason to give up hope right now.
Yeah, definitely not, guys. Not with all the time that's still left in this game.
Up high and down hard with the one-hander.
Got a little extra forceful with that one, didn't he? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I think that's going to rouse up his teammates, no doubt.
And it's sent back by Bosch. And it's Wade penetrating. Can't get it to go. And Houston the other way now. And Brewer kicks to Thornton. And stolen by Whiteside. And he's going to get whistled for that foul. Gee, that was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Dwight Howard. He's checked in for Capella. Reza comes in for Corey Brewer. James Harden. He's checked in for Marcus Thornton. And it's KJ McDaniels in for Jason Terry. Knocked away. Timeout called, the Rockets.
They've been committing a lot of turnovers, and I imagine that's exactly what they're talking about right now. They need to tighten it up.
Let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the Rockets coach had some advice for the team over that last break. He's not pleased with the careless turnovers offensively, saying, listen, we've got to get shots. It's as simple as that. We have to play smart and value the basketball. Kevin, did it sink in?
And thank you for that, Doris. Miami leading by 11. Wade gets the bucket.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Here's Green. And that one is hammered home.
Threw it down with authority.
Oh, he can really fly. And you combine that, Clark, with some of the nice penetration, too, and you've got an easy 2 points.
And able to just play well above the rim. I mean, that makes this guy so dangerous when he's in the game.
Now a timeout called by Houston. Chris Bosh really making a difference here.
I mean, he's getting to the rack all game, and if they can't do a better job of keeping him out of the paint, they're in for a long night.
Here is Harden. To the paint. Down low. Ariza. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
Here's McDaniels. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Now a timeout called by Miami. And the Rockets making a change here. Monty Eunice has checked in. Miami leading by 11. Wade with it, and it's Harden picking him up. Good ball movement here by Miami. Wade kicks to Whiteside. Pass to Wade. Bosh dishes to Green. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
Here's Monty Eunice. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. They get Hassan Whiteside. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Miami.
And guys, something every team strives for is getting points off of turnovers, and they've done that here in both halves.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feel.
And so the ball out of bounds. Bosh touched it last.
They're fortunate that one was just deflected and not stolen. Dodged a bullet there.
And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Here's Harden. Great D that time from Green.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Here's Bosh. Passes it to Winslow. From outside the arc. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Monty Eunice has got his third rebound on the night.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for Miami.
Fewer miscues made the difference, Clark.
Yeah, I thought the fact they minimized their turnovers was huge. It was a terrific all-around effort.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season.
And continued dominance against this team, winning both of their matchups this season.
And, you know, against a conference opponent, Greg, who you're going to see 4 times total on the season, 2-0 advantage is pretty healthy.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Chris Bosh. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Double team on Wade. Shot clock at 5. Kicks to Bosh. Harden grabs the miss. And so here is Houston.
Probably impossible for them to come back now.
Yeah, far too much work left to be done and not nearly enough time to get it done in. He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
You know, give him credit for still battling here down the stretch, but I think it's too little too late.
Simply delaying the inevitable here, Greg. I mean, at this point, even if they miss the free throws, there's not enough time left.
And so it's Miami winning this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by any chance to lift their team.
And during the few moments that we have